Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey, and today is actually 11/11. Yesterday I was like, happy November 11th, and I had something weird on my phone and I was convinced it was November 11th for like 3 or 4 hours. So this is an interesting portal, you guys, woo, 11/11 on 2022. We have a lot of master numbers, we have peace, we have changing, we have evolution, we have our natural gifts and talents coming out. This is that beautiful moment where we know that not everyone is deserving of our energy. Not everyone is deserving of our time or our emotions. What we bring to relationships are so valuable. So we are going to be more intentional in who we choose to share our energy with. Knowing this, that we are gifted fertility, creativity, growth, and space. So how can we create more growth and space in our relationships and in our lives? Once we recognize, listen, it's not about being productive. It's not about all of what society sometimes tells us. It's about taking moments to slow down and be intentional so we feel fulfilled. We gain fulfillment when we take moments to reflect and celebrate who we are, our gifts, our talents. And then we become fertile with more ideas and more talents arise, right? I know when I kind of like open my little menu of creative skills that I want to work on, I'll start one thing and it will open the door or a portal to another thing as well. Usually because it's dealing with crystals and tarot and oracle cards and things that are spiritual. It's the artwork, and then I want to paint, and then I want to, make blessing candles, and then I want to make, stained glass and all of these things. So ask yourself, what can I be intentional with? Because there's all of these things now where productivity, it's not a word that's only used in work and academic settings. Other things are incredibly productive. This is reflection, self-care, connection with others, intentional moments, rest, all of these things. And I just feel like now we're going to get in a beautiful, well-suited groove in our life where we're really looking out for ourselves. We're really trying to plant those seeds that help us just grow beautifully with peaceful intentions. I feel like I'm going to be journaling and writing some things down today. And it's like, how do I retrieve my contentment, stability, and groundedness? That's by not giving energy away, not paying attention to things. Every once in a while, I'll watch different reality shows in different cultures, and I will see the things that get them triggered. Oftentimes, it's the same thing. It is religion, it is politics, and it is also criticism of one another. So it's like, why do people completely inveigle themselves back in these topics and try to trigger one another? I've kind of reached that stage in my life where it's like, if somebody wants to talk about them, I let them talk, but I don't interject or assert my opinion on, matters that I know can trigger other people. It's just like, I don't need to. Everybody has opinions. I don't need to turn on my sprinkler of opinions. So I just keep it to myself and stay in a creative bubble. And everybody knows that somebody has some kind of impact trigger point, and it's like, why do we do that to each other? Why would we want to incite discontentment in somebody? And you're one of those beautiful gifted people where you're like, I'd rather not. And you also recognize it beautifully in others, being empathic, that this is a difficult subject matter for them, so I'm going to handle it with love and care, if at all. If it's not necessary, why bring that up? Because the interchange of energy through conversation should be light, bright, beautiful, and about creative things. So I love this unique, perfect, and self-honoring. I folded up at the bottom because the cards were tending to slide down. And I find it looks a little nicer on screen when they're tilted upward, and you can see them like this. So I love this. Really embrace your uniqueness. I need to have a quick sip of coffee because I just noticed that I'm thirsty. Okay, so what is unique about you? Please cherish it and love it and be like your own big sister or big brother and say, I love your silliness. I love your sense of humor. I love the fact that you like to mix and match weird food, or you separate stuff on your plate perfectly, whatever it is, all those unique, fun things. Everybody, when you really observe people out wherever, this is one of my favorite things to do, at a mall, at a Target, at somewhere, to just observe people and their uniqueness, their walk, their style, how they, dress and coif themselves, how they do their makeup. The amount of people I love to watch to like their beverage, I call it their beverage carriage. everybody, I feel like 99.9% of the population has some kind of coffee, beverage, energy drink, or water bottle in their hand. And I love to look in people's carts like, what are you buying? It's a holiday season. I love to watch people pick out their Christmas tree ornaments. They get so excited. It's unique to all of us. And now there's so many beautiful, like amazing things out there, to celebrate the season. So I'd really like to observe. So embrace your uniqueness, your favorite colors, your favorite things, I know Joni loves, and now I have a penchant for them too, like tiny little minuscule replicas of things. I like tiny little chandeliers. I like tiny little tables. I like tiny little chairs, and I like tiny little people. Like all of those things. Like I want to be able to build a whole colony in a walnut. Like when I see these tiny little things, I'm like, I love them. Little fairy escapade things. They're so beautiful. So now is the time to embrace your gorgeous uniqueness and have fun with it. Which brings us on to messages. Holy moly, moly, moo. This is such a day for beautiful messages. This 1111 portal, it relaxes our like crazy itinerary that we set out for ourselves. I got to produce, I got to do this. It's none of that. It's like you no longer feel like you have to explain yourself, because as much as you might, some people may never understand you. It's not because they don't choose to, but it's like they aren't capable, and it's not our job to convince them to understand us. Like what's important to us, our avenue we want to travel down for our vocation, our proclivities, shows that we like. You ever try to tell somebody why you like this show so much and they poo-poo it and they're telling you why they don't like it? You're never going to convince them, and why would you bother? Because it's a matter of taste and all of those things. So you're going to see a lot of really cool messages, because you're going to feel just cool, collected, and happy in your own uniqueness, and tapping into your gifts. And there'll be beautiful synchronicities, and your memory will have awesome recall too. Like, whoa, I've seen this. This is a synchronistic. This is alchemy. This is things taking place. I remember this. Yesterday, I was shocked and surprised at how many times I noticed license plates, and they truly give me wonderful messages, numeric or otherwise. I'm like, wow, this is really amazing. And I love that there is a crow perched right on our hat, because everywhere that I go now, there's crows all around, and some just are cawing so loud. I just stop and get in a restful state and listen. And usually what I just hear, like in my soul intuitively, is like, slow down and observe. Just slow down and observe. Like, what's your rush? Again, productivity is not go, go, go. It's rest, it's reflection, it's observance, right? And then sometimes we're just more intentional with our energy and what we're doing, which I love. And that's really important. So I feel like this is a fantastic day to write down one or two affirmations, one or two goals, one or two things that keep coming back into your psyche, and like, hello, I'm here. They just keep reasserting themselves, and take a look at them, what they might be. It might be some shadow work or other things. I feel like the universe is really going to be able to put an exclamation point on certain things for you today to say, hey, let's just work through this, and then it's done and dusted. Now we can let it go. So my beauties, that is what you are meant to hear today. I hope you guys have a great, great day. I am going to go upload love and light.